the sun goes down on you. You gotta keep that shine on top, yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great. Today we are continuing the Arise devotional. We are going to be touching the hidden theme, which is focused on Isaiah 49 verse 2. And this is a little bit of how I worked it on my traveler's notebook. I really liked this passage because I feel like in a way it connected with last week's. Of course, if you haven't watched it, it talks about the Valley of Dry Bones. And I feel like it connects because when we're in that part of our lives, it's that moment where God works on us and He molds us. And that's what this verse talks about. While you're watching this Bible journaling process, I quickly want to read Isaiah 49:2. It says, "He made my mouth sharp like a sword. In the shadow of His hand, He hid me. He made me a polished arrow. In His quiver, He hid me away." And this simply just means that maybe we will feel like there is silence in our lives, like the Lord isn't answering our prayers, like it is seeming really hard to find an answer, but the truth is He is hiding us to prepare us for what is to come, because when we have a calling, those moments are meant for us to understand that calling. We have to understand what it is He wants us to take from that calling and how to manage it, like worship ministries, like a preacher. It's not something that's just going to be easy. We have to understand the process. We have to understand how to be a good leader. Those moments are meant for us to be more intimate with the Lord, to take time to speak with Him, and just really make a good relationship with Him. So yeah, now I'm going to explain a little bit of what I'm doing here. I had already done a little journaling, and I'm going to be putting it in this little pocket. I decided to go for like a pocket insert for my journaling entry this time. I am doing it by hand, but I do recommend using probably a little sewing machine because I cut myself doing this. So just be really careful if you're going to do it just like me. If not, if you have a sewing machine, this will be so much easier. I actually ordered one, but with all the shipment situations going on right now, it's taken forever to get here. But I love the look of it. I just feel like the thread gives it a beautiful touch to it, and I will be doing a little tassel to it. I'm going to be doing that with this thread, this twine, and you can make it a little bit more messy because it is like rope like if you've never used twine before. And I'm actually going to do two of these. One of them is going to be for the journaling entry that I did, and then the other one's going to be for marking the page. So I will be using a little clip to mark the page just like I do with the bows. So as you can see, this is really easy. I just tie it in a little knot. I do 2 knots just to make sure it doesn't move around. Some people like to put a little bit of hot glue to this, but I didn't need to. I'm not going to be moving it around too much. And then you'll see this one's going to be for the clip, and then the other one's going to be for when I do the actual tassel for the journaling entry, which is going to be a lot easier to do. Something that really inspired me with this was that I remembered Isaiah was called to prophesy to people who wouldn't listen, who wouldn't see, blind and deaf people who wouldn't listen to his prophecies. And he was called to do this, and it was a strong calling. I just can't imagine the burden, but he was called to do this, and he did it, and he was led by God. He listened to God, and that's something that we have to look forward to. We will go through very dark times in our calling, and when God calls us for something, we have to trust Him. We have to let Him use us. Just simply let the Lord work in our lives and take that treasure, that hidden treasure that He's had for us our entire lives. Also, I didn't mention it before, these elements that I'm using, you can find it in the digital shop of Illustrated Faith. I will be linking them in the description box. I printed them in different types of paper. I printed them in cardstock and also in vellum. I've loved the look. The flower that's right behind the hidden word is in vellum, and I've loved using that material for some of the printouts just because you can even put it on top of the words and it's not going to cover the writing so much. I'm going to do a little bit of layering here with some of the frames that come in the stamp kit from the devotional Arise. I think they still have the kit available. Usually it sells out around this time, so hopefully it's still in stock. I think I saw it in stock earlier, so I'll link it down below if I see it. And then of course I'm going to be using some tape runner. This time around I didn't do any watercoloring or anything like that, so I haven't tried watercolor on this Bible, so I'll let you guys know when I do how it works out. I will be always prepping my page though because this Bible is gorgeous. I don't want to mess it up. And then of course I'm going to start figuring out what else I want to add to the Bible journaling entry. So you're going to see me moving around some of the things back and forth just to figure out what looks best with the page. And then now that I know where my hidden will definitely go, I'm going to use my little tiny attacher, and then just tape everything together. I love using tape runners just because they're so easy to use. I recommend using these if you're just going to do elements like this. Always have them handy because it doesn't mess up your page. Instead of using glue, I tried it the first time and it definitely messed up the page, and I learned from the girls who usually do this, and definitely a lifesaver, a lot more gentle on the pages. And then I'm going to use the actual Bible mat, and I am going to attempt to do some little crosses. This Bible mat has a little bit of a cross stencil right on the corner, so I'm going to use that, and it's very light. And then I'm going to actually draw little crosses just to give it a little bit more detail to the page because I felt it was looking too simple. You guys know I like mine a little bit heavy duty, so I'm just going to add a little bit more details to it, not too much. And I'm doing the little crosses with a fine line pen. This is the Illustrated Faith pen. I love these pens. I've been really getting a hang of them and using them a lot in my journaling entries. And there's things I don't know why that I didn't film them for some reason, so you might not see it, but here I am cutting out some words out from the Heart Layers collection. You can download these. They don't have anything else from that collection, which I'm so sad about. This was, I think, the February collection that they came out with, and I found the perfect wording. It says hidden treasure, so so I thought it was perfect for the tab for my page. I love doing tabs on the page just because I don't do Bible journaling on all of the Bible, so it's perfect. And I actually used another element and made a tab with the actual element from those flowers, so you'll probably see it in that printout. I also did the stamping, which was the thing that I didn't film. I just used different colors with the same color scheme and stamped Claim It everywhere. And of course I date stamped it. Here's the tassel that I did earlier. I used an orange clip just to match it. And some rainbow washi tape for the tab, and that's pretty much it. I really loved how this came out. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and that's pretty much it for today. God bless you. Bye-bye.